Good morning everyone, and I hope that you're well. It is unbelievable to think that this week marks the 8th week of our lockdown, and I know how much all the pupils and staff are missing school. I know that you're missing your friends, your teachers, your activities and your learning. Mr Wilson will develop this theme further when he takes another assembly in the future, but I just want to emphasise again that we are all here for you. We are preparing and looking forward to your return, and in the meantime we can help you with any pastoral or academic problems that you might have. I hope that you are coping as best as you can at home, and I would encourage you to try to stick to the routine that includes the opportunity to get out into the fresh air for some exercise. It is hard to make sense of the bizarre world that we are living in, but sometimes it helps to put it into some sort of narrative. What will you and your families talk about when you're describing the coronavirus pandemic in years to come? Can you imagine the excitement and the energy when all the pupils and staff return to school and talk about their experiences since the end of March? What narrative will you give to your own life in years to come? We are all storytelling animals, and the story we tell ourselves is very important. How we make sense of things is crucial. Take a moment to watch this video about Steve.
We dream in narrative. We daydream in narrative. We remember, anticipate, hope, despair, believe, doubt, plan, revise, criticise, construct, gossip, learn, hate, and love by narrative. We are the story that we tell ourselves. So, what story are you telling yourself? You will have heard of Steve Jobs. In his speech at Stanford in 2005, he told his narrative around 3 of his life-changing moments. His mother was a young college graduate who put him up for adoption on the condition that his parents put him through college education. He felt the pressure of this so much that he dropped out and ended up staying on the floor of his friends' houses. He ended up gatecrashing a calligraphy course at the local college. This experience wasn't wasted. When he built his first computer, Jobs made sure it had a choice of creative fonts. His second life-altering moment was when he was dismissed from the $2 billion company he had built himself. He didn't despair. He started a new company and bought Pixar Animations. And he started his new line of computer-animated films with Toy Story. His third narrative-defining story was when he was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer, when he came to the realisation that your time is limited, so don't waste it living someone else's life. Jobs described the importance of connecting the dots, making sense of events. He said, you can't connect the dots looking forward, you can only connect them looking backwards. So you have to trust that the dots will somehow connect in your future. Jobs constructed his own narrative. He saw the connection between his own dots. He focused on what made his life a story and on what kind of story it was. His was a story of redemption, of hope, of how you can lack so much but emerge with your head held high. He tried to make life better for himself but also for others. We dream in narrative. We daydream in narrative. We all have dots to connect. We must connect our own dots. Look back, see how far we've come. Create order out of what appears to be chaos. Connect your dots. Make sure your story is one worth telling.
Jobs was someone who believed in the power of telling his own story, connecting his own dots, and not allowing the stories of others to be his narrative. He could have told a story of rejection, disappointment and resentment. He chose not to. I wonder if we are that bold. Maybe you have told the stories that others have told about you. Accountability is a part of life. It has to be so. But how it shapes our own narrative is not. Perhaps now is the time to start connecting our own dots, to look back and to see what the story we have told ourselves. And perhaps if we are truly honest, we need to change the narrative. Jobs' story was one of redemption, hope, resilience and overcoming obstacles in his way. What's yours? I hope that we will soon receive word about a plan to reopen schools. In the meantime, we are planning for your return. We're cleaning areas of school, spring cleaning, doing some painting, planning to refurbish toilets. I hope that you are working away at home, that you're continuing to chat with your friends via Zoom and FaceTime, and that you're being respectful of others in your family. Take care, everybody, and stay safe.